With us now from the shooting scene, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Governor, good morning. I know this has been a tough time for your state. How is everyone coping?
Good morning, Nora. You know, it's a difficult time. I mean, I think there was shock, and then I think there was anger, and then I think there was grief. But the one thing that we know is that as soon as the suspect was found, I mean, and they had him back in custody, the best part about it was now we can start to heal. And so that's where our focus is right now.
How are the survivors doing this morning, Governor?
You know, I think this is a tough time. It's actually, you know, the survivors and everybody, we're trying to get as much information as we can. So investigators are still talking to them, trying to find out some information, how they're doing. But there are some family members of some of the victims that are starting to come out and start talking.
There are reports, Governor, that the suspect, before he opened fire, said that he was there to shoot black people. And there are calls in your state that now we need to have a real, honest conversation about race in this country, about race in your state in particular. As a minority governor, how do you begin to have that conversation? Do you think there needs to be this conversation at this time in your state?
You know, I think that these types of things, you always are looking for answers. You're always saying why, what happened, what can we do? And so we've actually started this conversation. This conversation started not too long ago with Walter Scott. And when we saw that happen, we felt like one of our own had betrayed us. And so we started to have a conversation. But what I'm proud about in South Carolina is when we have these, the conversations are very much people coming together. With the body cam bill, which we're the first state in the country to pass, you saw Democrats and Republicans, blacks and whites, everybody come together and say, let's talk about this. What else can we be doing? How else can we do this?
There are also calls today that you have to take the Confederate flag down from the state capitol. How do you address those calls?
I think that, you know, again, at a time like this, you have to look back at what we've done. You know, 15 years ago, the General Assembly at the time, they had a conversation. The Republicans and Democrats and everybody came together on a consensus to bring the Confederate flag down off of the dome, and they put it on a monument out in front. I think that conversation will probably come back up again. And, you know, what we hope is that we do things the way South Carolinians do, which is have the conversation, allow some thoughtful words to be exchanged, be kind about it, come together on what we're trying to achieve and how we're trying to do it. I think the state will start talking about that again. And I said, you know, we'll see where it goes. What I will tell you right now is, while a lot of issues are going to come up, my job as governor is to bring everybody back together. We've got to heal. I mean, this is a state that's broken, and this is a state that's hurt. And so what you're seeing is we're trying to pull that together.
But what's your position on the issue?
You know, right now, to start having policy conversations with the people of South Carolina, I understand that's what y'all want. My job is to heal the people of this state. We had a 26-year-old that just graduated college. We had anywhere from a 26-year-old to an 87-year-old grandmother. You had a track coach. You had a librarian. This is very real to us. So I understand, and we expect conversations to take place, but the people of South Carolina need to heal. And our focus right now is keeping people together and heal, and there will be policy discussions. And you will hear me come out and talk about it. But right now, I am not doing that to the people of my state.
All right, Governor Nikki Haley, thank you for joining us this morning. Our best to the people of your state.